Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In my previous video, just a few days ago, I featured this bike, my 1975 BMW R90/6. And it weighs 462 pounds, has a 898 cc or 900 cc motor, air-cooled boxer twin. I've owned this bike about 5 years, and it falls into a category of probably middleweight bikes. Being at that weight, it might be a little more with the Krauser accessories on it, the bags and the rack and that sort of thing. One thing I forgot to mention previously was that these cylinder protection bars, I'll call them, were also featured and offered by Krauser. There are a couple of these, I believe, on eBay right now as of July 2026, late July. And in fact, there's some bags and even keys I was surprised to see. But anyway, these are here strictly to protect the cylinders should the bike tip over or heaven forbid you'd crash on it. But anyway, in that video, I talked about the first heavy motorcycle and the first new motorcycle I'd ever purchased. And that was back in June of 1993. I went and initiated an order for this bike. This is my 1994 Harley Davidson FLSTN. The FL is the frame design, ST for Softail, and the N would be for Nostalgia. And it's running an 80 cubic inch or 1340 cc Evolution motor, original motor to the bike. The bike has about 50,000 miles on it. And I've owned this bike since day one. I remember I went into the dealership. I was hoping to get the previous version of this. They only made these for 4 years. The first year, the bike would have been black and white and would have had Holstein cowhide inserts in things like the saddlebags, like you can see here. Those bikes were numbered. They made 2,700 of them. 700 went to Europe, and the remainder went to the United States and the rest of the world. This bike in 94, I went in June to order this thing and was told that the 93 was no longer available. In fact, that they'd pretty much stopped production. The factory was retooling for the 94 model year. They showed me what this bike was going to look like, and I thought, well, that's great. That's just fine. It's the opposite. It's birch white with silver, where the previous bike was mostly black with white to match the black and white cowhide inserts. And so I put my $100 down and waited. And a couple months later, the dealer called me and said, hey, Jeff, happy birthday. I've got a big box for you sitting down here on the sidewalk, along with about 20 other boxes. So I went down. It was on my birthday. And here next to the shop on a side street were 20 cardboard crates with motorcycles in them mounted to pallets, you know. And I went through, each one had a little viewing door. You could open it up and see what bike was in the box. And I finally found this one. And boy, was I excited to get this. So it took them a couple days to get it prepped and ready, you know, put a battery in it, get the cables adjusted, you know, everything ready to go. And I took it home. And I guess looking back in my wisdom, I realized that the seat that was on it, the original seat, which had the black and white, or I'm sorry, the all black Angus cowhide insert that went through here, wasn't going to last very long. I figured it would end up like this backrest. You see where the actual hair has been rubbed off. And so after about 3 weeks or so, I took that seat off and put it in a plastic bag. I still have it as new, and put this Lepera seat on it, which has a real nice deep dish to support your lower back. It's actually lower than the, well, no, I shouldn't say that. It's about the same height as the original seat, but it does have this nice backrest dish here. And I've had this seat on this bike for the majority of the 50,000 miles I've ridden this thing. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do now is, you know, there's a fair following on these. I think I'm going to put it back to the way it was, as close to stock as I can get it. In other words, what I'm going to do is put the stock seat back on, and you'll notice that these saddlebags here have not really survived terribly well. I mean, they still look okay, and they still function just fine, but they don't have that nice squared off shape to them anymore. In fact, the shaping ring inside the saddlebag on both sides has cracked, like right about here, probably because I overstuffed them. But in my wisdom back in the day, about the time I bought this LePera seat, a month after getting the bike, I went in and ordered 2 new saddlebags, and I still have those, new in the box. In fact, I actually have 2 more of these backrests new in the box because I was so afraid of the hair rubbing off and realizing that someday I might want to put it back the way it was. It even has a cowhide insert windshield bag, which this one's in great shape, and I actually have another one of those new. But when the bike was new, it did not have the detachable windshield. It did not have these passing lights. Those were all options from Harley Davidson. The crash bar was an option. The foot plate inserts are from Harley. That's optional. I put those on. And I even, changed the rear pegs just for style to look better. And it's also running a Vance & Hines Python 3 exhaust system, which sort of mimics the original exhaust, but it doesn't have the crossover or balance pipe here. These are nice, free-breathing, louder pipes, they're not obnoxiously loud, but certainly louder than stock. And the bike, I had those on there forever. But what I want to do is put that original exhaust system that I have back on. It looks like new. Has the mufflers with the little fish fin on the end. It has a crossover tube, which gives it that more traditional Harley look. I'm going to put the 2 brand new saddlebags on it. I'm going to put the new backrest on it. And I even have a new plexiglass windshield in the box from Harley. And I can actually take this one off, undo these fasteners and replace that glass with a brand new clear piece of glass. So this bike and the 93, they made the 93, 94, 95, and 96. The 93 being the first year is the most collectible. 94 is also collectible. They're the only 2 models, or the 2 bikes of that model line that had the cowhide inserts. 95 and 96 did not. And in fact, the first 2 years, 93 and this one, 94, have the factory designation FLSTN. As again, the FL for the frame, ST for the soft tail rear suspension, and in this case, N for Nostalgia. The 95 and 96 were FLSTS, which was soft tail special. So that's a little bit different. And I think the bike is to a point now where it's gotten to be something of an antique. I mean, it still runs great. It still rides great. Lots of torque. Comfortable with that LePera seat. And I think it's probably getting to be time, though, that I want to restore it back to the way it was. It has no issues whatsoever. It's just been fully serviced, new battery. You can see how that bag looks kind of collapsed. I don't like that. I would like it to look squared off like it used to. But I'm going to basically put it back the way it was. And I may or may not ride it that much. I want to ride the BMW more. This bike's gotten to be kind of a memory piece for me. A lot of memories going down the road, all over the Southwest and the West and the Northwest. And just had a ball with this thing. It's been just dead nuts reliable. That engine, in my opinion, is probably the best engine Harley ever made. The engine that followed, the 88, was an abysmal failure. Because of the cam chain problems. This one has a gear-driven cam in it, which won't fail, knock on wood. And, everything about this bike has just been nothing but reliable and fun, easy to ride, very low center of gravity. But, as I've gotten older, I've often thought that, maybe I'm not as safe as I used to be on this bike. Reaction times slow down as you get older, and your legs don't have the strength they once did, to kind of lift this thing up and push it around. But, like a lot of the bikes in my collection, they're memory pieces. I don't intend to ride them. I like looking at them. And I don't intend to have this bike just sit. Periodically, I could take that cowhide seat off and put the LePera seat back on as you see it now and take it for a ride. I just don't want to damage that original seat, and have it end up, looking like this backrest, missing all its fur. But anyway, it's been a great old bike. I'll bring you back and show you what it looks like when it's back to stock condition, as close as I can get it, with the new bags and backrest, the original exhaust, perhaps a new windshield screen. I could take that windshield off. I usually only have it on in the colder months. I usually take it off. It just loosens up and pulls right off. It's really great. But I've left it on. I haven't ridden the bike for a couple of months now. But, you know, she's ready to go, and it's getting toward the end of summer, so I might take it on a, one last glory ride kind of thing before I convert it back and park it there in the stash of bikes and have something to look at. And hopefully this guy over here will be the new ride for a while, because I do like classic bikes, and certainly this fits the bill. This one's much easier to ride as far as balance and ability to flip it, twitch it, whatever. I mean, it's very, very maneuverable. Again, lower center of gravity, much greater power to weight. The Harley probably weighs close to 700 pounds with all the gear on it and battery and fuel and oil and all that. So it's a heavyweight bike. Certainly not like what they're making today. But I was certainly happy and pleased to get this. I don't think you should ever sell your first Harley. I think that's something you ought to keep it as a family heirloom, which I think this will kind of become something like that. So anyway, that's just a quick expose on my 1994 Heritage Softail Nostalgia. In fact, the first one to come to California. In fact, I ordered it so early. Anyway, folks, hope you liked the video. There'll be more back on this, and certainly more back on the BMW. Remember to check eBay once in a while, because some of these rare Krauser parts pop up. And anyway, that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed that. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.